You're welcome to this lesson. It's your favorite online tutor, DJ. So this is our skirt video, how to cut as a skirt using the freehand method. I'd already shown you how to use your pattern, okay? So you want to refer back to the previous video to understand the pattern drafting of a skirt block. So right now I'm using 2 yards of fabric. This is going to be a long pencil skirt. I've already folded my fabric so into 2 places. I'm cutting the front piece first. I'm cutting out. So now, because the fabric is moving a lot, I want to cut out our pieces, the front and the back piece, so there won't be any errors when inputting our measurements. Use our hips measurement to cut out the fabric. We're dividing our hips by 4, and we're going to add our sewing allowances. If I hips divided by 4, 40 divided by 4 is 10. We're going to add extra 2 to 3 inches allowance. One inch allowance will serve as a dart. The other inches, the other inch will serve as the sewing allowance. So we're adding 2 inches. You can decide to add 3. It's better to have excess than to be short of fabric, okay? I've gone ahead to connect the lines ready to be cut out, okay? I've also put in our length measurement for this long pencil skirt. I think my client's length measurement was 44 inches. The height of a skirt, the length of a skirt. So I'm creating a triangle with those measurements so it can be cut out. So guys, now our front piece is ready. If you're finished repeating your measurement, you should have a rectangle like this, okay? Now you want to smoothen everything out, trim out every excesses, okay? And we're going to be going straight into our back piece, okay? I've already gone ahead to mark out our zipper allowance. For this zipper allowance, I used 2 inches, but if you want to go for 1 inch, it's okay, it's totally up to you. I normally use 2 inches, 1.5 inch. It's okay. It's better to have excess fabric than go short of fabric. So now I'm connecting the lines of my zipper of my back piece, okay? I'm connecting the line of my zipper allowance, ready to be cut out. Now you want to label your pieces so you don't get confused. That's our front piece here and that's our back piece. So now it's time to put in our measurements. It's time to put in our measurements. We are going to be getting the length of our hips. The average is usually 9, but if you're working with a short person, you either measure that person to, get her hip length, or you just minus 1 inch. Okay, so you're going to be putting in our hip circumference, our waist circumference first before we move to our hip circumference. You're dividing our waist by 4. Put in that figure that you want to add 2 to 3 inches allowance. Okay, don't forget 1 inch is for your dart when you're taking in your darts, and the remaining inches is for sewing allowance. Okay, now we're going to be putting in our hips measurement, dividing our hips by 4. Putting in that figure and also your allowance. Now we are moving to the depth of our skirt. If your hips was 11 plus allowance, you want to subtract 1 to half or to 2 inches, okay, to get that pencil leg. I'm joining my cuts, my lines. I'm connecting my lines. Please, to get that pencil effect, you want to minus 1 to 2 inches at the depth of your skirt, the tail of your skirt, okay, to give you that pencil effect. I'm connecting my hip line to my waistline, ready to be cut out. Don't forget, we're cutting the 2 pieces, the back and the front. That's why we're placing them together like this. It's time to cut. You want to notch out our zipper allowance at the back so that it will guide you when sewing. This will guide you when sewing, so you don't sew where you're not supposed to sew. Now we are cutting out our skirt. Now it's time to put in a dart. You're going to be taking a bust point measurement there, which is 4 inches. A dart leg, you're going to be using 6 inches. I'm going to connect the lines. I decided to use less, 5 inches. You're putting in a dart ½ inch on both sides, and we're connecting the lines. Okay, this is skirts that we don't really need much. So that is it for this lesson. See you in the part 2. Bye.